So guys, I'm very easily as of the Array Dsa. So get ready for it and please like this video, share your friends and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to all the notification bell also so you never miss of these type of videos on the Array Dsa. Let's see it what type of topic we are covering today in today's video. So let's see it and please like this video, share your friends, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to all the notification bell also so you never miss of these type of videos. So now let's move to the computer screen and let's do a coding with loving. Guys, in today's video, I'm telling you about a minimum adjacent swaps required to start binary array. This topic is very long, but in today's video, we are covering the minimum adjacent swaps required to start a binary array. So let's start and let's talk about it. So let's start. Given a binary array, task is to sort this binary array using a minimum swaps. We are allowed to swap only adjacent elements. Different examples here you can see it. So let's see this example. First of all, we do it in the black color, so it will be visible. So the input we write 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 1. So the output will become 3. Why? Because first swap is 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 1. Okay, then second swap will become 0 0 0, then 0, then 1 0 1 1 1. Then third swap will become 0 0 0 0, then 1 1 1 1. Okay, so that's why the output has been coming 3. Here we swapped it. So in the 1 1 is coming in the one line. Here you can see it. Let's highlight it. Input. If we write input 0 1 0 1 0, so we swap it. How? First swap will be look like this. Let me show you. In the first swap, we only want to do it right here 0 0, and then here we write here we write 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 1. This is called the first swap. And in the second swap, we only want to do it. In the second swap, we do it 0 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0 1. Then in the third swap, we only want to do it. In the third swap, we do like this 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 1 comma 1. So here you can see it has been swapped. So that's why it is giving the output 3. Recommended. Please try your approach first on the IDE, and then look at the solution approach. This can be done by finding the number of zeros to the right side of every one and add them. In order to sort the array, everyone always has to perform a swap operation with the every zero or its right side. So the total number of swap operations for a particular one in array is the number of zeros on its right hand side. Find the number of zeros on the right side of for everyone, for example the number of swaps, and add them all to obtain the total number of swaps. Steps to solve this problem. First, declare an integer array no of zeros of size n and initialize it with zeros using the memset function. Number 2, initialize a variable count to keep track of the total number of swaps required. Number 3, initialize another variable I to traverse the array from the end. Number 4, calculate the number of zeros on the right side of every one and store it in the no of zeros array. This is done using a loop which starts from the second last element of the input array and goes till the first element for every iteration. The value of no of zeros square bracket I is updated with the value of no of zeros square bracket I plus 1. If the current element of the input array is 0, the value of no of zeros square bracket I is incremented. Number 5. A loop is run over the input array to count the total number of swaps required. For every iteration, if the current element of the input array is 1, the value of count is incremented by no of zeros square bracket I. Number 6. The function returns the value of count which represents the minimum number of swaps required to make all ones together. implementation. So here let's implement it, and this is code in our C++. So let's run this code. So first of all, let me copy this code and let's see the output. I think so the output will become 3. Okay, so we open our applet. Like you all know, we are using in the part 8, part 9, we are using a applet to solve the implementation. So let's open our applet, in which we have already created our C++ file. We only open it, and when you open it, so first of all, here it has been opened, and we click on the web view, and then I'm pasting my code here. And when I run this code, so it give me the output. Let's see the output of it. So now take a little bit time, then let's see the output. It is giving me 3. Here you can see it. It is giving me the output 3. I write here 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 1. And why it is giving me the output 3? Like I've already explained you in the top of the code here. I've already told you that in the points, in the 1 2 3 4, in the 6 points, I've already told you that why the output 3 has been coming. Okay, now time complexity 0n, a luxury 0n, space optimized solution. Now an luxury space is not needed. We just need to start reading the list from the back and keep track of number of zeros we encounter. If we encounter a 1, the number of zeros is the number of swaps needed to put the 1 in correct place. So this one implementation, here you can see one more implementation. It is showing you in the C++. So let's run this implementation, and the output will become 3 one more time. And now let's run this. So now it is giving me the output 3. If I write here one more time, removing the 0, so it gives the 0. If I write here 0 0 and then 0 and then 0. Now let's see the output of it. So now it is giving me the 0. Here you can see it many times. Okay, if I write one more time, so let's see the output. So it is giving me the output 5. Here you can see it 5. It is giving me the output now. So here you can see it like this. It is giving me the like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, like this. Here you can see it. Now here you write. I'm writing here. This code is contributed by Ryan Big. Okay, so here you can see it. Time complexity O1, a luxury space 01. In this example, we use the time complexity O1 and a luxury space 01. And the above implementation, here we use the 0 and time complexity and a luxury space 0n. Okay, so here you can see it. In today's video, I told you about what is the minimum adjacent swaps required to sort the binary array. The topic is very big, but the video is smaller. Okay, so get ready for our part 10 of this series, okay, of the array in the data structure algorithm. So get ready for it. So this video has been ended very successfully. Yes, if you enjoy this video, so please like this video, share, friend, and subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to all the notification bell also, so you never miss about these type of videos on the arrays DSA. And get ready for our part 10 on this series. So get ready for it, and then come on to the my channel by the name of CodeWithPk, like you all people know. Okay, come on to my channel. And please complete a 9,100 subscriber on my this channel and see my part 8, part 9, part 6. Okay, all my part will be see. And then come on to the playlist, come on to the deep dive data structure. Here we completed 10 videos very successfully. Yes. Then come on to the playlist. Come here. And you completed 21 views. Go on with 100. Okay. On this playlist, complete 100 playlists on this view, 100 views on this playlist. So go on with. And now let me meet you in the next class and next very amazing class like that type of videos. So now let me give the outro of this video in the big screen. So I also give the outro of this video in the big screen. So now let's move to the computer screen. Let's move to the computer screen and let's give the outro of this very beautiful, very pretty, very nice video. So let's move to the big screen and let's give the outro of this video. So guys, here you can see it, what is the minimum adjacent swap required to start binary array, and this of our array series, okay, in DSA, means in data structure and algorithm. So wait for it, and please like this video, share, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to all notification bell also, so you never miss about these type of videos on this channel. So now I meet you next class and next very amazing class like that type of videos. So now for today. Goodbye.